Hello and welcome to Core Basics Coding tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to see how to undo or reset or revert your code changes in Git. For this we are going to first clone our GitHub repository. In my previous tutorial I created this test repository and I'm just going to click here to copy the link, and in git bash I will run git clone command to clone the repository locally. Now I have this C code directory, and if you look at this directory I don't have any test directory here, but once I clone it I will have it. So now I got it. Okay, now I'm going to open this test directory into pycharm. So I have opened it here already. I have my Hungry code here. You might be familiar with this code if you have watched my previous Git tutorials. All I'm going to do is make some changes and show you how you can undo those changes. Okay, so the first item we are covering is undoing your uncommitted changes. So let's say I change this code and add one new line. All right, so I'm adding this new line, I'm running the program, and then I realize that I'm feeding too much junk to my kid. I don't want my kid to look like this. So I want to cut down on his pizza intake. So I will undo this one line. All right, for doing that I will go to my git bash, first run git status command. I was not in test directory, that's why it gave me that error. So I'm now in test directory, running git status. It is showing me I have changed hungry.py file. Okay, before this you see this useful tip. It says you can run git checkout -- file name to discard changes in your working directory. So I'm just going to use this git checkout -- my file name is hungry.py. Hit enter. When I do that, my pizza change is gone. All right, now I can easily undo that change by removing that last line. But when you are doing programming in real life, you might have hundreds of lines of code changed. For that, you're not going to manually undo all of those lines, right? It's very cumbersome. So that's why you will use git checkout -- command. Okay, now what if you have multiple files changed? So again, you have, let's say this file changed first of all, and you have readme file changed as well. Let's say you added some garbage here. Now when I do git status, I will see two files are changed. One option is I do git checkout -- this file name first and then the second file name, but there is a convenient option of using dot. When you do dot, it is gonna undo all the files. So when I do git status here, you see both of these files are gone, and when I open it here in my pycharm code editor, pizza is gone and that junk is gone. All right, so this was a quick demo on how to undo uncommitted changes. But what if you have committed changes? So let me first commit some changes. All right, so I have my pizza change. I'm going to commit that. So always do git add to add your file to staging area, then do git commit -m means message pizza. All right, this commits my change. How do you know it's committed? You can always run git log, and in the git log it is showing that this change is committed with this particular commit ID. Okay, life is good so far. I want to eat more junk food, and I will say eat burger. Okay, cool. Again go here and git add. Now one thing you notice, I always do git add and then do git commit, right? So there is one easy option called git commit -am. Now when I do -am, the problem is gonna probably add this one as well. So okay, I'm not going to do that. So I will just do git add hungry, and then git commit minus hamburger. Okay, clear it and again check git log, and now I have pizza and burger both committed. Cool. All right, now what I want to do is I want to undo this burger change. Okay, now I can't run git checkout minus minus because the change is already committed. So for this you can use git revert command. Okay, now that command would need the commit ID, so I'm going to just copy it. So double click here, copy the commit ID, and then run git revert that particular commit ID. Okay, it's just showing the summary that you are reverting that particular commit, and you need to type :Q to close this UI, and once you do that, the change is committed. So let me verify. Okay, you see that burger is gone. Okay, and if you run git log here, you will see there was a burger change, and now there is a revert burger change. Awesome. So this looks good so far. Now, one thing you might have noticed is when I did git revert, it directly committed the change. Let's say I don't want to commit the change. I want to run git revert and then I want to explicitly commit it. Okay, you can do that by using -n option. So first let's do git log. Okay, and now let's say I want to undo this pizza change. Okay, so first you need to copy this. Okay, and then do git revert -n. So it's the same command that we ran previously, but now we have -n option. When you do this, all right, let me show you here. When you do this, that change, that pizza line is gone. All right, but the change is not committed. So if you do git status, you will see now that file is modified. It is uncommitted. So now you need to explicitly commit it. You can review your change and explicitly commit it and say revert pizza. So now when you do git log, you will see revert pizza here. So the difference between supplying -n option versus not supplying it is the -n option will not commit your changes, versus if you don't supply anything, it will just commit the changes. Okay. Now the third item we are covering today is git reset. So I have all this git log history. All right, this shows the history in time of how my code evolved. Okay, so in my code evolution, let's say I want to go back to this status where I had pizza and burger both. Okay, I realized that whatever changes I made after that, they are not useful and I want to undo those changes. Okay, so for doing that, you can use git reset command. So first let me copy which commit ID I want to go to. So let's say I want to go to this status on Friday, August 5, 1954. So I will copy this and I will do git reset --hard this commit ID. And now when you say git log, you will notice all those revert changes are gone. And in your working directory, you're back to eating pizza and burger. Okay. So git reset is actually quite powerful. It takes you to any previous timestamp in your code history, but at the same time, it is destructive as well. If you make a mistake, then you will just lose all your changes. So be very careful when you're using git reset command. All right. So that was all about undoing changes in Git. Thank you for watching.